What's up, everybody? Welcome to another day and another episode of Amateur Pool. I'm Josh Powell, your host, and today we've got a match coming at you from the Dr. Pool Soaring Eagle Open. This is in, it's not Midland, Michigan. It's in Michigan. It's just outside Midland a bit. For some reason, I can't think of the city name, but it's a big casino, Indian reservation casino. I'm sorry, native reservation casino. And every year, this gentleman that goes by Dr. Pool hosts a big tournament. You know, they have women pros up there and all types of stuff, but this is an open division. I think it's not really open. You can be up to like 7-10 Fargo and under. So there's some good players here. We've got a pretty good match for you here. This is a race to 5. I won the flip. I broke dry. We're playing 9-ball. Let's get into it. I'm so excited. I haven't had a video out in a while, and I apologize to you guys. I've got a bunch of videos ready, though, so hit the notification button because they're going to be coming out like hotcakes, boy. Hotcakes at a short stack diner. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's get into this match, though. So I'm playing a gentleman by the name of Elvis Peacock Jr. So you already, regardless if this guy wins or loses, he's already winning at life with a name like Elvis Peacock. You know what I mean? It's one of the coolest names I've ever seen. He's got an easy little cut into the side. Oh, he hit it hard, though. I thought he might have just hit it real soft and came out over into here for the cut on the 2. Because I think that's the 2 right there. If I'm not mistaken, this is the 4. So, yeah, I don't know why he hit it so hard. I think what he was trying to do is bounce here, here, and then back out this way for the 2. But I'm not sure. Oh, I'm lining up the combo. I'm going to cheese Louise him, bro. I'm going to get that first game right off the rip. Right off the rip. So I just got to make sure I cut. I mean, it's, you know, I got to cut the combo. It's not the easiest combo in the world, but it's so close to the pocket. I don't see myself missing it, and I didn't. So I'm up 1-0 so far against Mr. Peacock Jr. Elvis, you know, Elvis has left the building. Not yet, he hasn't. I can tell you one thing about this without spoiling it. Elvis is a good shot. Played very strong, and it was a fun match, and I enjoyed playing it. Elvis, if you see this, he never even asked me for my channel name, so I don't know if he'll see it or not. But Elvis, if you see this, kudos to you, man. You shot well, and I appreciate you letting me record our match. So I did some live streaming from here as well, and it was a lot of fun. You know, I couldn't get the best view from my camera because the tables they had were real skinny, and I had to set my tripod up. I had to close the legs a bit so it wasn't real stable. I didn't want to send it real high in the air. So the last thing I need is someone to knock my camera over, you know. There goes $1,000 down the drain, and I cry. You know, nobody wants to see that. Anyway, I think Elvis just looked at me and said something. I think he called a push shot, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he called a push shot. This is the push. It's not bad. I can see the 2 here. So what I'll probably do is hit it like this, send the 2 over this way, and send the cue ball over this way. That's probably what I'll do. I doubt I'll give this back because I can actually see the ball. So the autofocus keeps focusing on my big head instead of the table every time I'm standing in front of it. So I apologize if the balls are a little bit out of focus, guys. That's my bad, you know. Yeah, the thing about these tournaments and stuff, and anytime I record really, whether it be a league, a tournament, the only time I'm not pressed for time is if it's like a setup match with somebody. But normally on a tournament or a league, I mean, I don't have all day to sit there and set manual focus and play with the camera a bunch. So I use the autofocus, and sometimes it just doesn't come out that great. That was a nice bank shot he made, and I think he has a good look at the 3, but I don't know if it passes the 8. I don't think it does. So if it doesn't pass the 8, is he going to try the combo on the 8? I can see him trying the combo, or safety is the other option. Yeah, he tried a safety. I think he was trying to send the cue ball up here and get the 3 ball down there where it went. That's what I believe he was trying to do, but only he knows. You know, and maybe he doesn't know now. You know, maybe it's one of those in-the-moment things. Nobody else knows, bro. All right, so he did successfully hook me, and it looks like I'm going to have to kick at this. The good news with that 4 right there is if I make a good hit and send the 3 ball this way, even if it comes off the rail a little bit and hits the 4, it still could go in. So a lot of things could go right here, but also a lot of things could go wrong. Like I could just miss the ball completely, then scratch, you know. That's a double foul, you know. Many are saying it's the worst foul of history, you know, but I don't think so. And I'm not sure who they are, those people saying that, you know. I'm not actually, no one even said it. I just made it up. Made it up. I lied to you. I apologize, guys. I'm a liar, you know. Not a sponsor today, and we're changing it up. No energy drinks. We're drinking a little Arnold Palmer. Delicioso, Arizona. I like it. I like them. You know, I stopped with the Powerades and the Monsters because they never did reach out for a sponsorship, bro. So I'm switching it up. You know, heck with those guys, man. We don't need them. We don't need them. All right, so Elvis is taking his time. He's methodical. As you can see, it's not a super long match, so he takes his time when he decides what to do, but he doesn't dilly-dally once he decides. So he's a good player. I enjoyed playing him a lot. I'll probably play this tournament again. The equipment there isn't that good. I know it looks like the felt's nice, and it was new felt, but I think it was probably the cheapest felt they could find because it played so slow. It was unreal. You'll see in the next rack how slow, or maybe it's this rack, I can't remember, but you'll see how slow it is here in a second. I hit a shot to try to go 2 rails back and forth for shape, and came up way short. And I thought I crushed it when I hit it. I know on my table, if I had hit it like that, it would have went back and forth like 4 times. It took me a minute to get used to the speed. We played a teams event after this. That's what I streamed. Any of you guys saw that. The teams event, and I started getting the table speed down a bit on that, but you know, here in the singles 9-ball, man, I was struggling with the speed. And every table, the rails played a little bit different, you know. They had a ton of tables though. If I had to guess, and I didn't count them, but if I had to guess, I'd say there's 100, 150 tables, you know, somewhere in there, but I don't know. I could be way off. There's probably like 10. I don't know. All right, Elvis. He's got an easy shot here on the 6 and the side, but his cue ball is going to want to come down this way. That's what he's thinking about right now. He's jacking up because he's trying to draw out of it. Oh, he did nice. So what he did there is he put left spin on the cue ball, and the cue ball spun this way, and he actually aimed the 6 into that rail, but because of the spin on the cue ball, it threw the 6 into the pocket, and that's how he was able to hold the cue ball from drifting too far down table. So throw, guys. If you don't know how to use it to your advantage, learn it, practice it, man. Because you can take a shot where, like he just did, he shouldn't have been able to hold the cue ball there for his next shape, but he used throw on the object ball so he could hit it more full and hold the cue ball better. Man, it's a game changer once you guys learn to do that. I'm telling you, a lot of you guys probably already know, I'm sure, but I'm talking to you, the ones who don't, if there are any out there, you know. Don't get offended if you already know I wasn't talking to you. You know, I was talking to the other guy next to you. All right, that's a good shot of Elvis's back. You know, he's got a nice little hoodie, blue hoodie on. He's wearing stripe, like referee. Maybe he's a referee. I don't know. He's wearing referee stripes under there. All right, he comes back in that second rack, and now it's 1-1. So we got a race to 4 on our hands here, boys and girls. Race to 4. These are short races for such a big tournament. I feel like the races should have been longer. And the racks, they weren't racking super tight. That's why you see me crush it there. Normally when I break 9-ball, I'll put the ball here and hit it with like more of a controlled break, try to get the cue ball to stop. And I typically will make the 1 here and one of the wing balls will go in. But when the table's not racking real tight, like this one, we just crush them. Oh, that was him that broke anyway. But I'm sure he was thinking the same thing, I'm sure. You know, they just weren't racking that great. Oh, man. You think with a 5-inch pocket I'd be able to make that shot, but no, not today. And this is bad news. The only good thing for me is where the 2 ball's at right here, because the 2 and the 4 make the run out here very, very difficult. He can obviously make the 1, no problem. But in the 9-ball, he would like to draw into it, you know. Just shoot that and then draw over. But the 9-ball's kind of blocking it for that draw. So he's looking at where he can get to. If he can get up here, he was looking at going in between maybe. What I was looking at maybe is him getting up in here somewhere. If he wants to try to make it, getting up in here somewhere and then crossing the 2 over this way. That's the only thing I can see. Otherwise, we're going to be looking at a safety, which is probably the right way to play it. You shoot this here, cheat it with a little top, so your cue ball comes back over this way, and then you can play the 2 around the 4 and leave the cue ball right there where the 2's at. He's coming back for the shot because he wants to try to make it. And that was a bold choice. Bold choice, man. It was a more risky way to play it, but I respect the heck out of it, man, because he was trying to run out, and I like it. I like it when you have the confidence to run out, because ultimately, pool, how do I say what I'm trying to say? Confidence is a huge part of this game, guys. It's so big. If you don't have confidence when you come up to a match, you will lose, 100%. If you have confidence, a lot of times you play well, you know? So even if you don't feel confident, if you can try to fake it till you make it, sometimes it helps. Not always, but sometimes. Anyway, confidence. That's all I was trying to say there. Back to the match. Back to the match, little Timmy. He made a good hit. Is he going to come around and give me a shot? He is. So he came around and gave me a shot. I believe this is the 3 ball here. So that means I'm going to shoot the 2. I'm going to use bottom and just drift the cue ball out over this way, nice and easy. That way I have a shot at the 3. But the 4 is over here on the rail, so I don't want too much angle if I can help it. That was a nice shot. I don't think I can hold this ball. I think if I try to draw and hold it, the cue ball is going to come up here right on the 4. So this is the shot I was talking about. I'm going to try to go back and forth. And I hit it pretty firm. And it just dies. That's what I mean. I was having trouble with the speed, guys, because it was pretty slow. I'm used to playing on pretty fast equipment, very fast equipment. And, you know, even the bar boxes we play in our league matches around here are faster than this, quite a bit faster, actually. So the felt was nice. It was new. It was clean, but it was very slow felt. And it just threw me for a loop, man. I don't like me kicking at it this way because a lot can go wrong when I kick this way. I wish I would have kicked that way at it. Would have been a lot better chance of hitting it, and not only hitting it, but maybe having something good happen after I hit it, you know. But no, I took the long way, and I know why I did it, because in my mind, I wanted to give myself a chance to actually make it. That's why I shot it the stupid way. We'll call it the stupid way, you know. The idiota way, like a dum-dum head. And the only reason I did that is I want to try to make it, you know. Tried too much. I shouldn't have tried to make it. I should have just made a good hit and hoped for a tough leave, you know. Hoped and hoped. That's what I should have did. Stroke and hope. I thought he was about to shoot the 5 ball for a second. I'm glad he changed his mind there. He was just looking at where his shape should be for the 5 ball. He may have came up a little high on it, because I think now he has an angle going that way. But maybe he can cheat it and just stop it dead right there, I bet you. Oh, he drew it. He drew it back and out, which was a great way to play it. But you see the slow felt? He expected that thing to come way out into here, I'm sure. But it didn't, you know. Maybe he understroked it, or maybe he just got, caught by that slow felt like I did. I don't know. I can't speak today, guys. I don't know why. I just cannot speak today. Now, I apologize. And I just spit on my computer screen. Man, I'm a mess, guys. I'm a mess today. But it feels good to be doing a video, man. I missed you guys. I know a lot of you guys reached out to me, said, hey, bro, where's your videos at? Give me a video out there. And kudos to Elvis for giving me the short rack back, you know. He owed it to me. I got him on a short rack in the first rack, and now he got me on the short rack in the third rack. So we should be even. No more short racks, Elvis. No more short racks. Oh, is it going to scratch? Nope. But it left it tough. 2 balls up here, so this is a tough position. He could maybe try to combo the 2 into the 8, unless the 6 is in the way. If he wants to go offensive, he could play a carom into the 8. If he doesn't want to go offensive, he needs to look for a good safety here. I think he'll probably go offensive, though, just because there's not a great safety that I see. The 3 ball's in trouble, so there will likely end up being a safe played unless he can break it out. But yeah, I figured he would go offensive. Oh, is he going to get stuck back there? Not stuck, but I don't think he can make the shot. I think the 9's in the way for him cutting it over. Well, he's not going to cut it way over here off the table, but, you know, he was going to probably just cut it right into there. But he can't because the 9-ball's in the way, so what does he do here? You know what he could try is to bank the 2 up this way and just roll forward on the cue ball and leave it right up in here somewhere. Oh, he was kicking at a short rack. I thought we talked about this, Elvis. I thought we were even on the short racks, bro, and you hit me with another one, man. It was alternating break. Guys, that's why you see me up at the table here. That's why you see me at the table. All right, I broke, and I don't think I have a look. I think the 5 is kind of in my way here, man. That's really a bummer. I wish I had a shot here because this is a nice wide open rack. And I need a run out to get my stroke going. He only needs 2 more to win. I still need 4, you know. He got 2 short racks on me, though. So what can you do, man? It happens sometimes. That's the game of 9-ball. That's why I raced to 5 and 9-ball. It's tough, man. It's a short race. All right, I was measuring up to see if I like the jump shot there or not. I can't remember if I take the jump shot or not. I was just, you know, kind of testing it out, seeing how it feels. Okay, I'm not going to take the jump. I'm going to call a push. This is a push shot. If you're not familiar with a push shot, I know we've seen it once already, the first shot after the break. Regardless of whose shot it is, it's the first shot after the break. You can declare a push out, and you can hit the cue ball wherever you want on the table. You can put any ball in the pocket. You can hit another ball. It doesn't matter what you do. There's no fouls on a push shot, but then the other player has the option to either shoot it from where you pushed it to or make you shoot it. So if he wants to, he could say, you shoot this, which he did. He didn't like the where it was at, so he's going to make me shoot it. Now my goal is to hit this just off center, bank the 1, and follow the cue ball back up around here for a safety. That's what I'm attempting to do here. But I hit it too straight, and I got the double kiss. Plus, I rolled it too slow, guys. You know, I'm still under hitting this table because I'm expecting it to roll faster than it is. And it's causing me a lot of grief right now. Because if I would have hit that the correct speed, my shot would have been more accurate too, because I wouldn't have had to hit it so soft, you know. It's causing me some problems. I think he's got the jump cue out. He's going to try to pop this one into the side here. Good hit. Is he going to get a good leave on it? No, not really. I think I can easily cut this one into the side. But look where the 2 ball's at, and you see how the 3 is off the rail. So there really is no combo there, really. I mean, you could technically hit it into the rail and then off the rail and combo. But so if I cut this in, I'm going to want to go hard spin. I don't like this. I don't like it at all. I should play safety. I did. That was smart playing a safety there. Ooh, I don't like the 1 ball getting up close to the 9 ball like that. And I wish I would have tucked him in a little tighter on that 3 ball, you know, just a little tighter, because I can't see how much room he has, but he might be able to swerve it. I'm not sure. He's either got to kick it off here. If he can, it might be too much for him to swerve. It looks like it's too close to swerve, really. So he's going to probably, oh no, maybe he can. Or maybe he can see it enough here to just spin into it off the rail. He can. Oh, he could see plenty of that. Plenty of it. All right, do I finally have a shot here, or is a 7 hooking me? What's going on? Is a 7 a hooker, or do I have a shot? That's the question. That is today's question, guys. Looks like I have a shot. Yep, I did have a shot. I used top with right spin on that, so that way the cue ball, when it hit the rail, came out this way. So now I have a shot at the 2, but it's a bank, you know. I'm going to have to bank it. That's the shot I actually shaped for, so I need to bank it in. Problem is, I don't fully trust the rails on these valley tables, so we'll see. Okay, I did it. That's not bad, not bad. Not bad. Okay, now I have an angle on this 3, so if I cut this in, my cue ball is going to want to come that way. It's going to be hard to hold it for a shot on the 2. So let's see how I do it. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm thinking maybe inside spin and coming back here. But the problem with that is if I overhit it, I could end up behind the 5. Okay, I'm putting bottom on it. I think I'm going to bank it. I'm going to bank it so I can hold for shape. Yep. Took some gonads of steel to do that in a big tournament like this, you know. I had an easy cut, but I banked it for shape. Hey, means I'm feeling all right. I'm not shooting scared. I overstroked that one though. Look at there. I just wanted to be right down in here somewhere, and I came all the way up here. Now I've got a thin cut, and the cue ball is going to want to travel this way, so I got to be careful about the scratch. I either have to put spin or hit it soft. I've got to do something to make sure I don't scratch. I put inside spin. That works. I wish I would have came off the rail a little bit, but that's okay. I can tell I'm struggling right now. I mean, I'm making it work, but it's not easy. You can tell it looks hard when I'm shooting. You know, it looks like it's difficult. And that's because it is for me. When I'm not shooting great, the shots become difficult. But it looks like I am going to make this one work. Unless a lightning bolt comes out of the sky and crashes the table down, I should be out here, guys. You know, there's no reason, knock on wood, that I don't get out here, guys. You know, no reason. So we should be looking at 2 to 3, and we are 2 to 3. All right, I'm back in it. I'm back. All right, Elvis's break, though. Remember, we're alternating break. You see how bad they broke? And I racked them for them. I wasn't trying to give them a bad rack at all. This table just, I was telling them that. I was like, man, this table doesn't rack for nothing. And that's why you're seeing me, instead of breaking from over here with a controlled break, you're seeing me put it in the center and just smash it really hard. It's just a random break at that point, you know, but that's the only way I can get the balls to move around the table and spread. So he tried a controlled break, and they didn't spread very much, and he left me a shot. The 2 ball's a little touchy on this one. I'm going to try to get in there for shape. Okay, now I'm overrunning it. So my first couple misshapes were from under hitting it, and I had that in my mind. I said, don't under hit it, man. Just, you know, get in there. And I overran it by about a half a ball. If I would have ended up hitting the 9 or just stopped a half a ball early, I would have been golden, because the 2 does go over there. And once you make that, the 1 ball or the cue ball just come up here for the 3. Yeah, I mean, it's an easy out from there. I wish I could have hit that right. You know what I mean? Because this game is a big turning point, because either he goes to the hill and gets 4 to 2, or I tie it up at 3-3. So this game is a huge turning point in the match, and I really needed to nail that shape, and I missed it. Now I'm going to try to kick 2 rails and make it if I can. It's what I want to do, because it's a pretty wide open rack. Ah, man. Dang it. What can I do? You see me complaining to him about my shot? He don't care. He don't care. He's probably looking at me like, yeah, shut up, dude. Just give me the ball in hand. That's what I think to myself. Someone's like, oh, man, you know, I meant to do this. I'm like, bro, I don't care. I'm trying to beat you. I'm trying to beat you right now. You know, we are enemies on this pool table. But I do it. Everybody does it. I do it too. Like when you miss, you want to explain to somebody why you missed. And I don't, it's a pool player thing. I don't know. We all do it. Like, oh man, I had the sun in my eyes. Did you see that table roll? The balls are dirty. Oh boy. Good thing. These are little tiny cans. They're only like, I don't know, 11 ounces. So I prepared and brought 2. You know what I'm saying? I brought 2 because I knew I was going to be sitting here talking about pool for a minute. And a gentleman such as myself gets very parched when I do a lot of talking like this. You know what I mean? Believe it or not, in my regular daily life, I don't talk this much. I really don't. Just when I'm on camera, I feel like I got to fill the time, man. I got to talk. Otherwise, we just sit here. There's no music, no nothing. We just sit here like this. That ain't no fun. That ain't no fun. All right, he's got a tricky situation here because he can cut this in. He's got to put draw on it though, because of that scratch right there if he doesn't draw. But if he draws, he's also got to be careful about getting behind this 8 ball. So it's a tricky situation, man. I honestly like drawing it and drawing it a little bit extra and hitting up here and coming down this way. I like that. Really, he can just draw it over to this rail because you can make the 6 from almost anywhere on the table. He put inside spin. That was a riskier way to play it, but it worked out good for him. And, you know, he played it well. Good job. Good job. The only reason that inside spin is riskier because it's harder to make your shot with inside spin. Outside spin's a lot easier to make your shot than inside spin. I don't know why. I'm not a scientist, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's science. I don't know why. I didn't make the rules up. All right, man. It's looking like he's going to take this rack and go to the hill, and I still need 3 games. That's why I mean this game was a huge turning point. If I could have shaped that 2-ball, this match would have been way different right now because I would be running out instead of him, and we would be looking at a tie game instead of him being on the hill, man. Tough situation, man, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Tough situation. I can't even spell situation. You know, many are calling me the best singer of all time, you know. Many are saying it, guys. I don't know. I don't know who they are, but, you know, I once heard somebody, you know, spread little rumors that I was the best singer in the world. You know, I don't believe it myself, you know. I'm being sarcastic. Don't flood the comments with you suck at singing, Josh. I already know I suck. I was being funny. Funny guy, you know, funny like a clown. What movie's that from? What do you mean funny? Funny how? Funny like a clown? What am I here to amuse you? All right, if you don't know that movie, guys, I'm a little disappointed. Not big disappointed because that movie's not for everybody, but it is one of my all-time favorites. So if you know the movie, leave it in the comment and let me know. All right. There it is. He drew it back for the 9, nice and smooth like. Now he should be able to cut that 9-ball right in there. And he can either just draw the cue ball or he can follow it. Doesn't matter what he does with the cue ball. It's not likely to scratch. Yeah, he didn't even do anything with the cue ball. He just hit center ball and let it drift up. Now he's on the hill. I got 2. I desperately need to win this one, man. If I don't win this one, obviously I lose, right? Because he's on the hill. If I win this one, then I'm only 1 away from him. So the last game was a huge turning point. This game is a must win. I must win or I will taste defeat, you know. Hear ye, hear ye. From henceforth, I must win each rack or face sudden death. Just kidding. I'm not going to face death. You know, I'm just going to face a loss. And it's a double elimination tournament. So, you know, even if I lose here, I still not out the tournament yet. This was my very first match of the tournament, man. Very first match. And his too. It was everybody's first match. You know, so we're off a little bit getting used to the tournament, you know, getting settled in, not shooting our best, but not shooting our worst. I mean, I'm not shooting bad. He had two short racks. I had 1. You know, on that second short rack, he just did a 2-rail kick to make a good hit, and the 9 went in. It happens sometimes. And then he made a good out. I made 1 good out. So it's not like I'm playing horribly. He's not just killing me, playing way better than me. It's just the way it goes sometimes, a 9-ball. All right, I'm going to try to jump this, but I don't like it. I have a full jump cue out, and it's a long ways. I could very easily fly off the table. Yeah, I was scared to fly off the table, so I didn't want to jump it too far. So I let off my stroke, and the cue ball barely jumped. That happens to me a lot when I'm trying to do like a finesse jump shot, you know, where you need to jump it, but you don't want to jump it very hard. You want to jump it nice and easy. I have a tendency to let off my stroke when I do that. And if you let off your stroke on a jump, the ball doesn't jump. That's just facts. You gotta stroke through it when you're jumping. I know I've had some people comment and say they have to pop it. Come on, man. It's still a stroke shot. You still have to stroke through a jump shot. I mean, you can pop it just like a regular shot. You can pop a regular shot and like pull back, and it'll work sometimes, you know. In fact, if you do it enough and get good at it, it'll work every time. But that's not really the right way to do it. You stroke through it. You stroke through almost every shot on the table. The only time you don't stroke through is if the ball's real close, the object ball's real close to the cue ball, because then you'll double hit. Other than that, you want to stroke through, man. He's looking like this is a wide open rack here, guys. I think this is probably the end of my winner's side tournament life, you know. Probably the end of my winner's side tournament life here. Let's see what happens, though. I mean, maybe he misses one. We are amateurs. You know what I'm saying? I can cross my fingers and hope. But the way he's been shooting and the way he's taking his time, I highly doubt he's going to give me another chance at this table. I highly doubt it. Yeah, he's got a good looking shot at this 3. He's going to put draw with right spin. He's going to come down off this rail, spin this way, end up probably down in here somewhere if I had to guess, or on that line at least. Yeah. Oh, don't overhit it. Oh, almost got excited, man. He overhit that. I'm sure he did not intend to come all the way down into that little gap and bounce off the rail for shape. I'm sure he intended to just come down in here like I was talking about. So he got a little lucky there. Overhit his shot just enough to bounce out past the 9. And I had false hope for a second. You know what I mean? I had false hope in my heart for a second, guys. Speaking of my heart, you see my short rail shirt, guys? You know I have a website called shortrail.com where you can obtain this shirt and others similar to this shirt. You know, the shirts I print on are called Comfort Color. If you're not familiar with them, read a book, bro. It's probably one of the best blanks you can print on. They're so comfortable. They're heavy and soft, which is a weird combo. But sweet shirts, man. Go to shortrail.com and check it out, man. Check them out. Also got hats over there while he runs out. There's not much to talk about here. He gave himself a little too much angle here. So his cue ball is going to come off the rail hot, but it's so close to the pocket, he doesn't have to hit it hard. He can actually just roll this a little bit with, if he wants to put left spin, he can, and come back out this way, or he can just let it drift straight down this way, either way. He could put inside spin and come off the rail that way if he wants. There's a lot of stuff he could do. He put a little bit of left spin on it, not much. Well played though. And now he's going to put a little draw on this one and just bring the cue ball over this way is what I would do. He could maybe use follow, but that's going to get him real close to the 9. Yeah, he drew it. Well done, man. Well done. And that's going to be it for my winner side tournament life here, guys. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be all she wrote. There it is. There it is. That's it. Elvis. Not Presley, Peacock, you know, Elvis Peacock Jr., not the senior. Appreciate you, buddy. It was real nice to meet you, man. Thanks for letting me record the match. You played great. Kudos to you. I don't know how well you did in the tournament overall, but I'm sure you did pretty good. Everybody out there watching, thanks so much, guys. I'm sorry I've been off the internet for a little bit. Well, I haven't been off the internet. I've still been live streaming. I just haven't been putting out videos lately. I've just been extremely busy. But like I said, I got a bunch of them ready to go. So keep an eye out because we're going to rapid fire them. We're going to rap, pow, 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 pow. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what I mean. If you want short rail, the link's in the description. If you saw the Raven Q logo up in the corner the whole match, Raven Qs, carbon fiber Qs, man, great hit and stick. It's what I play with. Discount code Josh. They're already reasonably priced, but you get an extra 10% off with discount code Josh. Check them out if you're in the market for a new Q. And that's it. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.